Welcome to Approach the Bar with DanceBeat. This is our episode where we talk to judges about professional and amateur events and get their opinions and see what they thought of the event and how they actually marked. Today, again, I have Miss Marianne Nicole. People are going to start talking about us, I think. And by the way, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you very much.
So we are going to talk about the Pro Rhythm at the Emerald Ball, which was actually last week. So Marianne, I have a question for you. At the moment, the Pro Smooth seems to have just taken off.
Yeah, that's exactly
It really is the flavour of the day.
Absolutely.
Rhythm, not quite as popular at the moment.
Yeah.
Or creating that sort of buzz. What is your feeling on that?
Someone asked me that question not that long ago. Why they felt that the smooth has taken off, like so incredible, and not so much like the rhythm, and I had to think about that. And my feeling is that the standard coaches and the American smooth coaches seem to have come together and joined forces. So you have the strength of both ends, seeing the same things and wanting the same things and going in the same directions. But I feel that the rhythm has not quite come to that yet. And I feel that you have your rhythm coaches here, and you have people that go to Latin coaches for their rhythm as well, and they kind of like stopped in the middle. So until they become forces like the smooth, I don't think it's going to explode as strongly as it did, but hopefully it will, because sometimes the Latin coaches tend to say it doesn't make a difference, but it does make a difference, because rhythm action and Latin action is definitely different. But when you have the leg action that happens, for me, it ends up being, I always go back to my bronze, because I hear different things from different people and go to different lectures and hear things. And so finally I was like, you know what, I have to go back to my bronze, because that's the foundation of everything. And so going back to that, there are 5 foot positions. And when you think of the 5th foot position, when you change your weight, you have no choice but to bend your knee. So, and then if you do a 4th foot position, you have no choice but to straighten your leg. So I feel that when people can start to understand the simplicity of it, and that you can get more action out of your body, because legs and feet are under your body, but sometimes they want to use the strength of their feet, and they end up pushing themselves. So now you're split weight and stuff. Until people really understand how to use their feet to go from one foot to the other foot and create that same action, and agree up with it, or seem to teach the same way, then the force will hopefully finally happen.
Okay, well, thank you, Marianne. That sort of definitely answers my question. So, yes, let's now find out what actually happened in the Pro Rhythm final. So into 6th place, we had Dimitri and Olena, and they finished 6-6, 5-6-4. Your feelings, Marianne?
This is a couple who have come from Latin to the rhythm, and yet they still do the Latin. And I really love their Latin, and I always have. Even when they were amateurs, and there's something about what they did. I enjoy watching it, and I can read everything they're doing. But when they came out for the rhythm, I'm not quite convinced that they have a strong understanding of the rhythm. Because like I said before, there is a difference, and I just feel that their rhythm needs some strong attention, but I truly do like their Latin a lot, and I feel that people say, well, they've come in from the Latin, they're going to the rhythm, and the difference is not that big, but like I said, it is. And you have Nazar and Irina, who came from Latin and did the rhythm, but they took about a year to have a strong understanding of just basic movements in the rhythm before they actually got all their choreography and started to compete. And I remember the first time I saw them do the rhythm, I was like, okay, this is going to be a U.S. champion in a while. And because I felt that they are the closest to what, you had with Brie and Decho, and then you had Emmanuel and Liana. And if you go all the way back, you had Forrest Vance and Susie, and Jose and Tony, so you had a whole Bruno and Luann, Bob and Julia, so you had that whole group there, and then something happened between things, and it kind of like got a little bit unreadable, I guess is the right word, and so it got back on track, and that's why talking about joining the forces, I feel that this couple needs to have forces joined.
Okay. I really liked their Latin as well. And on the night, I was definitely in the minority because I marked this couple really, really well. My personal feeling was, yes, they're still dancing Latin, but then so were most of the other rhythm finalists. That's just my opinion. And I just thought that they were actually trying to change, whereas some of the others have not quite changed as much, but that's what makes it a good competition.
Yes, absolutely.
So
That's it.
sixth in a good final like this, they have to be happy, as they've only
Yes,
been dancing this style for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Let's see who finished fifth.
easy. Okay.
So into the fifth place we had Elia and Maria, and they finished 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. Marianne, your feelings?
I feel that I like them. I like them. I like what I like their energy. I like their look. I like their passion for things. But at times I feel that they are two separate dancers. There's him and then but not together.
Okay.
They're dancing together. So you have two really good dancers dancing together instead of with each other. And I feel at times that he can kind of stray off a little bit and not have, he's either on or he's off. So there's no in between. She, on the other hand, is always on. And I feel that sometimes she's a little bit, if she gets a feeling that he's not quite there, then she tries to take over. And then that for me, you can kind of like see that. But I feel that they have an understanding, of course, of what goes on in the rhythm and what I'm looking for. And I feel that if he continues to can focus more and stay that way, then the results may change for them because they have that set mind. They know what they want and what they're after, and I think they're not consistent with when they compete. They either have a really great day or they have a okay day or not so okay. Everybody's like that, but for me, theirs is more up and down than most people are.
I'm going to apologise to this couple now because I really didn't see them until the final, which is almost too.
I can understand that.
Which is almost too late. Could it be that we don't really see them that much on the East Coast?
No, they've been around. They come to some of the events, but like I said, you either when they're on, you see them.
Yeah.
Well, when it's not, you're looking. And if I have to look for somebody, I know they're out there, and I have to look for somebody. Then for me, they're not having they're having an okay day.
Yeah.
They're having that. But there were a few surprises with the final, and that I was surprised that one of our United States finalists was not in the final, and one of our other U.S. finalists was not. They weren't there. They didn't compete the weekend, but that was a surprise, and so I was a little surprised that they were not in there.
Yeah. Well, very nice dancers, and I suppose fifth. Good result.
Yes, yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yep.
Okay. Let's move on. So into fourth place we had Damas and Yuki, and they finished 5, 4, 4, 4, 5. Do you like this couple, Marianne?
I do like this couple, but there has been a change. There's been a change in their choreography, so I feel that they're still trying to work that out. So when they first came out, it was like boom, right,
Yeah.
and very impressive and going, really caught your eye. And I feel that they're a little bit of a change in choreography with all their routines, kind of set them back just a little bit because I think they're still trying to figure it out or trying to work it. I don't feel that it's quite it's not part of them yet.
Yeah,
They're not. And so sometimes there's an unawareness of what they're doing, and it wasn't like that in the beginning. So hopefully they'll get that back. But this was a good result for them. Very good result.
Yeah, I like this couple as well. I felt when they first came out, they had such a definitive image when he came out wearing the jacket.
Yeah. I did like that on him. Very elegant. It's very elegant.
Very, very, yeah. And also the choreography at that time was very different, and it seems to become a little bit more like everybody else at the moment. However, I really liked them on the night, and I'm hoping that they...
It's a nice look.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice look, yeah. Before she was a little bit too busy, too much costume for her, and she has a lovely shape. And so now the costuming is very nice for her.
Yeah. So let's hope they're totally on their way back. But very good result, 4th in this excellent competition. So finishing 3rd, and actually finishing 3rd in every dance, we had Vard and Inga. Over to you, Marianne.
Well, as we know that this is a very energetic boy, and he just goes out there and just does whatever. It's a big party out there for him, and he does it in his pro-am as well. And so he never doesn't hold back, but I feel at times that it's a little bit over the top, and especially when he starts going on his toes. I'm not a huge fan, and I don't quite understand why he does that, but he's carrying it over more and more to other dances, and so it's like, okay, I'm not quite sure. And now I'm noticing that a few of the pro-am teachers are starting to do that as well, and it's like, okay, so is this a new technique that I'm missing here? But overall, I feel that she's lovely. She's lovely, and she's a lovely theatrical dancer as well. I don't know if you've ever seen her do the theatrical. She's quite lovely.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, she's quite lovely, and I feel that she doesn't have a strong understanding of what she really needs to be doing with with her actions, and she can tend to have a uncertainty, maybe at times, but maybe because he's a little bit too strong. So I feel he needs to calm that down again. But he's been told this many times. When he was first out there, I used to say to him, Vard, you need to tone this down a little bit. Almost coming across too much like a gymnast, So Vard, we need to tone this down. Inga, you need to kick it up.
Well, I must admit, I was DJing the after party. I was absolutely amazed what he was doing on a social dance floor with women, and they had no choice. Once again, I really think that Vard is a fantastic dancer, and if I could do that in my toes, I would be judging doing that. Well. My only problem here was I didn't really see Inga, so I think that Vard has to, and let us really see how good she is. But great result. Can't complain about that.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on to 2nd. See what happened. So into 2nd place, and once again placing 2nd in all dances, we had Andre and Natalie. Over to you, Maria.
So this is another couple that have come from the Latin background, a strong one as well. They had great results in the Latin, and went into the rhythm. And in the beginning, I felt that working with them and seeing them, that okay, you know what, this couple can go ahead and continue on with keeping the rhythm separate from the Latin. And somewhere along the line, it got a little bit lost. And so, they have the whole picture, they have the whole package, especially she has the whole package. She's got the legs, she's got the feet, she's got the look, she's got everything. And, he makes all their costumes. Did you know that?
Wow, no, I didn't.
Yes. It makes all their costumes, and, he cuts her hair, and he does everything. It makes everything. And so they have everything going for them. But again, I feel that they've gotten away from the actual rhythm. I don't want to just say technique all the time, but there's something in the rhythm that is their rhythm that is lacking. Sometimes bases are too big, so it's taking away from what they really can do with their bodies. and it almost looks like they're trying too hard to show that they're doing American rhythm, especially when they do their, like when there's a dance on or something, they'll always do basics. And it's like, okay, you know what, these basics are a little bit too overpowered by showing us, okay,
Yes.
I'm doing rhythm. Well, they could calm it down a little bit, but that's what I feel. I feel that they're trying too hard to show us that they're doing rhythm, and I don't think they need to do that.
Yeah, it's interesting because when they were dancing Latin, I only saw Natalie. Now I see Andre a little bit more in the rhythm.
He seems to be more controlling of what he's doing and more into the body action, and she's,
But I want to see her.
Yeah.
I know that we have a little disagreement on this, but I personally really liked their bolero because it reminded me of what they used to do in the rumba. Now, not totally the action, but just the connection that they had.
Oh yeah, they definitely have that connection. I always love their international rumba.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the feeling between the two of them. But as far as what I like to see how bolero is, it's more, like it rounded and flowy, and it should look completely different than the other four dances. You can slam out the other, but this one for me should be a little bit softer and easier. The international rumba, they changed their music a long time ago, and they're making it slower and
Yes.
slower for getting closer to our bolero. And I just feel that I'd like to see it be more fuller and lengthier, rounder.
Gotcha.
That's my feeling.
Okay. But very solidly in second place. Okay. And winning the event are current world and US professional rhythm champions, Nazar and Irina. Marianne?
My feeling for them is that they have the whole picture. They have the whole picture, they have the whole package, they have the whole understanding. And again, coming from that Latin background, that's what they did, to making that switch into the rhythm, proved to me that, what, anybody can make that change. But like I said before, they took at least a year to understand it, to study it. And so once they did, then they got their choreography, and, they applied everything that they were taught, and you can see the result, and it happened rather quickly for them, which is wonderful. And I just feel that, they're very showy, they're connected with each other. They're showing each dance as what each dance, for me should be and look like, and I'm very happy for that.
I loved their mambo. I think that Nazar.
Come into that big time, right?
Because now he looks cool. Before he was tried to look cool. When he first sort of came out. So Nazar, mate, that I wish I could do something like that. So I have no disagreement with anything that you said on that. My God. So Marianne, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Chris.
Once again, this was the 27th take.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, more or less, in two different cities to speak to us. I really, really appreciate it. And if all of you guys out there want to know more about what went on at the Emerald Ball, please log on to dancebeat.com. Cheers.